When we think about building a better future for our region, it means really tackling some of these really difficult legacy challenges that we've inherited. We tend to think when we talk about air quality, it's something you kind of take for granted. You just breathe the air, and because it looks clear, you think it's clean. And then you come in and you realize that in large parts of San Diego, we have some real air quality issues. You have individual neighborhoods in San Diego that are 8-9 times more likely for those children to have asthma than other areas. And that's simply not right. No matter where you live, we can all agree that that's not right. The air that we breathe, the air our children breathe, it ought to be clean. When we think about tackling the issues of climate change, reality is that's something we've got to do. We have to do it. We can't just sit back and say, well, it's not our problem, we'll let some future generation wait. No, we've got to do it now. We've got to do it now, not only for the health of our own region, but we've got to do it because we care about the future and the legacy we're going to lead our kids. And there are ways we can come in and tackle issues of air quality and climate change in a way that builds more good paying jobs, that builds the economic future, but it just requires us to think differently. It requires us at times to get a little bit out of our comfort zone and say, hey, we've got an obligation to each other, we've got an obligation to our community, we've got an obligation to our planet to make sure that we do this in a responsible way. And the opportunity is not just lower carbon emissions and cleaner air, but it is better jobs, and it is healthier communities, and it is thriving opportunities. But it starts to tie in so much of what we do, whether we're talking about transportation options. We just opened a new section of the trolley, the Mid-Coast Extension, which is going to move hundreds of thousands of people from where they are to where they want to go, in a way with no emissions, in a way that helps lower congestion. These are the things we've got to think about, the difficult, hard things we have to do in order to have stable, thriving, healthy communities, and to know that we did our part to tackle some of the problems that may have been 100 years in the making. Well, it's on our watch now. And so here at the board, we are stepping up. We're stepping up to drive renewable energy, to do it with good paying union jobs so that folks can afford a mortgage, and they can prepare to put their kids in college, they can retire with dignity. We're stepping up to tackle issues of climate action with the Climate Action Plan and moving towards different sources of energy. We're working around things around electric cars. Electric cars have a tremendous opportunity, but they're not available to every neighborhood and every person. So whether we're launching our Clean Cars for All program to go into some of those lower income communities and say, hey, you can have the benefits of cleaner air and an electric car. We're going to help you get into it. We're going to help it drive. Whether we're talking about more transportation options to help people get from where they are to where they want to go, providing cleaner energy, providing less emissions, taking on polluters, driving issues around toxic hotspots to crack down on polluters to protect the lungs and health of each other. These are sometimes controversial issues or difficult issues, but there's an opportunity in front of us, if we will seize it, to do our part to pave the way for a better future, better jobs, cleaner air, less pollution, more opportunity, and the notion that we took the challenges of our time and we confronted them head on and we made a difference.